really need to set the right arm better.
Here, this is great. You've got to get yourself set off on a good path, you know.
So would you say from hip
it's
height?
kind of after about 3 feet.
But right now I'm struggling with a high right shot. Then out of nowhere, I throw in a low left. It's frustrating. I'm missing greens for fun, and I bet you can relate to this. You don't know why you hit your bad shot and what to do about it. I've got just the man to help us, Steve Marr. And this is my second lesson here on the channel. He's got over 40 years experience of teaching golfers and given over 45,000 lessons. He's also taught with legends such as Mike Bender. We worked through a drill that instantly got me setting the right arm better.
Divots were going that way on the first few, really steep. I mean, look at them. Then look at the angle of that tee. I'll put my hand there.
And that excites me because if I got that feeling, you can too. And in terms of ball flight, I saw longer, straighter, more controlled shots that give me confidence.
This is me really exaggerating, by the way.
So I think that is already getting too
Yeah, I just definitely agree.
steep.
Yeah. And then with everything
And then it lifts a little bit, slightly across the line. It's not bad, but at all, it's a really nice golf swing. It's a really good golf swing.
I feel like that change of direction just gets has got bigger and bigger over the years. Which I mean, I know that's not necessarily a bad thing, but like I think this little
Yeah. And you know, let's be honest, you're not playing a great deal of golf until now.
Until now.
You know, you're going to recharge your batteries and get playing a bit. So what I think you need to work on is you've got the takeaway. This is parallel to this one.
Yeah.
That's all good.
So with this line being parallel to target.
Parallel to target line. Your takeaway is perfect. The club is outside the hands here.
Yeah.
But from probably about here, I think, Alex, it goes this way.
Yeah.
See how this shaft's inside that line.
Yeah.
And what you really need is it's pointing at it.
Yeah.
There.
And that would feel like it
There.
was set so differently for me.
It would be different set, and you'll feel different. You'll feel awfully laid off at the top.
Yeah.
And if I took a picture, it'd go, really?
So would this be a good feeling, a good drill for me to do?
This would be a good drill.
Okay.
Yeah, because you just go point, you get it in a little bit more than I've got,
Yeah.
and then you could just hit it.
And what should
You might not hit full shots. But
No, but like in terms of there,
That's why I
what's
was gonna do a bit
working
of
differently?
pitching.
Is this folding differently?
This would be going this way. So this right arm is going, instead of it going outward that way a little bit, it's actually going this way.
Okay.
This right arm's almost, so it's almost the, I don't know whether you've got an injury rotating.
No.
So some people do.
Yeah.
So it has to go this way. So this elbow, my right elbow and my shoulder are more in line, not this elbow over here.
So right now, for everybody watching,
Yeah.
I've got it working exaggerated like this.
Yeah.
So from halfway,
Exaggerate.
my club works to
That
up,
way.
and then
you feel as though you have to really,
yeah. But it's that
But
whole
maybe not
thing.
on such a regular basis. If
No,
you'd like
well,
some.
yeah. And is that for why I'm capable, if I don't quite reroute it for that left,
Correct.
and then
It's
if I,
over it essentially.
yeah.
That's why those divots are slightly left.
And I always take, it's just in the divots this morning, I know it's wet, but I take great big divots. If someone
Well,
said to me, pick it off
because
the
that's
top,
steep,
I'd be like,
isn't it?
whoa.
Well, this, you might, if we do it and you exaggerate and you actually overdo it a degree
Yeah.
or so, you might even thin a couple.
Okay.
You would never hit that divot
No.
too steep, maybe, and certainly with the pitching wedges and stuff.
So I'm just trying to think, obviously we're going to do a driver lesson, that's down the line here,
yeah.
but for just making a sense on this, could that be a reason why sometimes when I get a longer club, let's say like anything that's on a bit of a tee, so fairway woods and driver, I feel like I've got to back up and out of it to try and hit up on it.
Correct.
And I've always felt like trying to hit up on a driver is so manufactured to me, it's untrue.
Yeah, because you're going to have to go back. Let's say you're a slightly more cross line with a driver
Yeah.
because it's a longer club and it's more and it's over
Yeah.
there before you know it.
Yeah,
Okay, you're definitely going to have to do more of this and lean back
yeah.
to get it somewhat on the right path. Or
I'm literally finishing like this, like,
Yeah.
I can picture myself now, like,
Correct, absolutely that. Yeah.
So it's like
Pressure on the back
manufactured,
and
yeah.
all that type of stuff. So in that sense, you are also losing a bit of speed, actually,
I don't want to lose speed.
which we were.
I need some speed.
we might get onto, but
Right.
yeah.
Right, so just the first
So
drill.
yeah, I mean, we're not gonna. In fact, I might even. Let's have a couple of practice swings, just pointing,
Okay.
just as I did, very simply there. It's a bit awkward on the left hip. I know this. No drills are absolutely perfect. That's it.
Oh my God.
See.
So-
Now, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me just take it. There we go.
So
See, now
for
that's
me,
good.
for everybody listening there, I feel like I'm literally tipping this way with my right hand.
Well, you've seen that before.
Yeah.
It's actually a Bender thing, Mike Bender. The bucket of water
Yeah.
in your range, or full of balls, and you're tipping the balls on top of your head
Yeah, I'm covering myself.
instead of But it's at the point at which you do it, you mustn't go doing it here. This is great. You've got to get yourself set off on a good path, you know.
So would you say from hip
it's
height?
kind of after about 3 feet it starts to go
Okay.
up, yeah?
So
Don't change that takeaway, it's perfect.
There's good.
So there we go. Now we got to start to, there we go. That's great.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't go any longer than that.
So I'm just going to take a pic, just about, right Alex, just as you point the alignment stick at the ball, point there, hold it there now.
This feels ridiculous.
Fantastic. That's perfect.
I mean, honestly, if I said to you that felt like double that, I could say yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I
literally,
suppose that's to the degree at which you've been doing it then, is it?
that feels
You
like I'm
felt,
like
yeah.
this.
And that's what I was saying, don't try and do it too early because that's we really don't want that in a takeaway, do we?
So it's
You know.
for me, you're saying like
It's here.
this bit here.
It's that, exactly
Okay.
that. Yeah.
So it's,
That's it.
have I got to make sure anything else on my wrist to make sure I don't open that face? Because I feel like I'm finding my face open there.
Well, no.
Is that, relative?
Yeah, we don't want the face rotating.
No.
No, it's not about that. It's actually how you're setting the wrist that way. It's
Okay.
it's not a rolling. The wrist. Sorry, that's a little skiing accent. It's not a roll.
So it's more coming from the right arm as
Yeah.
opposed to the wrist. Okay.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It goes back to this feeling here.
Yeah.
Look. So if I do this, look what happens to this.
Yeah.
And as soon as I do that, look what happens to that. So it's more about this than the wrist.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wrists stay the same. And
Yeah.
It's just.
There you go. That's bob on that. Very good.
If everybody watching down the line here, they're going to look at this and think, this looks normal. To me right now, this feels crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, the subtleties of a golf swing. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's just tee one up. We're just going to chip it away.
And for someone to do a drill with this,
Yeah.
would you recommend teeing it up like they're seeing at the range, put it on like a little tee peg?
Yeah, just give yourself a bit of
Bit of help.
leeway, you know, I mean.
I think a lot of people are so scared of putting it on a tee because it's like, oh no, I'm not doing that. But
Yeah,
actually,
that's right, yeah.
you want to give yourself the best chance of actually making a bit of an improvement.
Yeah, you've got to start from, you know, a pretty, really low, not low base, but you know, to give yourself a break. You know, it's hard, this game. Golf is hard.
So just chip one away?
Yeah, it might go 20 yards, doesn't matter.
Okay.
And there it is. There you go.
I mean,
There's a little tiniest of movement right to left there, wasn't there?
it was like sort of trying
And
to,
if you look at that tee in the ground, it's actually on the inside now.
yeah, have a look at this. That's really interesting.
Because look at the
Angle of it.
divot pattern there that we started off with the practice shots, and then look at that.
So this angle here, the yellow alignment stick is where I'm aiming. The divots were going that way on the first few, really steep. I mean, look at them. Then look at the angle of that tee. I'll put my hand there so you can sort of see. I wasn't trying to hit from the inside there at all. Like,
No,
I was
it's
just
just a
making a swing.
byproduct of what you did. You did it very well. Yeah, lovely.
I mean, that's crazy how much shallower I feel into the ball.
And it's shallow, isn't it? There's the same look of the tee peg.
That feels ridiculous.
So if we had that pitching where I said we might do it, well, we don't really need to. We're doing it beautifully there.
Yeah.
But if you did, it'd be exactly the same, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be so deep. It might be a wee bit deeper because it's a shorter club, etc., etc. But
but overall, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be like I'm looking at it.
It wouldn't be like that.
So is that a good measure for people to look at? Like, obviously, this is really helping me. If you've got a divot pattern and if it's really steep, really left, you've got something that's going on a little bit too much.
You're coming over in some respect. I mean, there are the golfers, the better players who can take a lot of divot and still be on the inside by 2 degrees.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's 2-dimensional, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you can get steep from the inside.
Yeah.
As a golf pro, you understand
that
might be a little bit difficult for the higher handicap. But generally speaking, if you've got deep divots or deep divots left, you've got a bit of an issue.
This feels crazy, by the way. I mean, that was the best one.
Yeah.
I feel like I can turn really hard through that. I'm not trying to, but I feel like I've got room to do that without having to think about anything.
Yeah, because there'll come a point where the brain will realise that you don't have to back up, actually. It's not helpful to back up.
Because you're funny, you do that move there, that's literally what I feel when I'm playing my worst.
Yeah.
I'll try one more on that tee peg, I think.
Yeah, go for it.
And then if I was trying to progress this, what would be the next stage at which?
Yeah, I mean, if you're down the range, then I'd probably go for the fluffy part of the mat, not the hard bit to begin with, and then, you know, and that type of thing. See, that was a little bit more, that was a bit longer swing.
Yeah, I tried that.
It was a bit higher and it went, the shaft,
this way a little bit. I want to show you where I hit that one.
Just keep it a little bit shorter for now.
Okay.
That's it. Let's just.
Is that a good thing for
bit-
people to do? Just practice it
'cause
being a bit
yeah,
shorter.
it's just that piece there. So that could be a night at the range, just doing that bit. Don't
Okay,
try
a
not
night,
to get
okay.
tempted to do a lot more for the moment.
I think that's what everyone's guilty of. We're trying to do too much too quickly and trying to tick off too many things. Then
Yeah.
our attention's on 5 things rather than just mastering one of them.
thing. Yeah, lovely golf shot. That.
That felt really good.
And there's that lightness of divot, isn't there? That shallower divot there again.
Just look at these divots here. That's crazy. If you look at, again, I want to keep, I've hit 5 shots there.
Yep,
And it's still not as deep as 1 shot there.
yep.
So this bit here, you can sort of see the angle. If I put the alignment stick there, it's like sort of on that angle
Yep.
compared to where it was before on this one. And it's shallower.
And it's shallow.
Like, it's crazy that, because I'm not trying to do anything different. If I was trying to make that divot shallower before, I would have personally probably felt like I had to back out of
Done
it.
a bit of manipulation.
Yeah, and done something to try and manufacture it.
Yeah, I have to get on the inside. I have to
Yeah.
do something funky here or do.
Yeah.
But actually, we've just made it super simple by going into position and going straight to the ball. This way, not having to do anything.
Yeah, that demonstration there felt like exactly what I was feeling there.
Yeah, and that's why not that it's all about speed, but you will get some freedom.
Yeah.
In the downswing and the release, which obviously joins in with everything else. But
I'm sort of picturing here, like if I get this right, I'm not saying that's completed it, but then I've got less going on here to have to try and recover. And in my mind, then I'm like, okay, well, if I've got a swing thought, like for example, I'm actually playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
I could then sort of work towards this as a field pre-shot every time.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're playing tomorrow, then yeah, okay. I mean, we're jumping in the deep end there a little bit because you're going to be hitting longer shots.
Yeah.
But, your pre-shot routine, just change that bit. Just don't go for a big routine. Just go for, I'll just get that bit right today and just let's hope. Because, a lot
Yeah,
of the time
I know it's going to need some balls.
and we'll just build that in with everything.
Yeah.
From pitching, into drive if you can get it.
Yeah.
And I would suggest to you that actually that backswing would be slightly longer, so a little bit more complete.
Yeah.
Which I think will lead into some freedom.
Yeah.
With driver. Okay.
Not a word I've had. Guided.
Later on.
What do you want me to do now? Hit some
Let's hit some slightly longer ones. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take the stick out.
and hit some with this club, with the stick.
With that stick. Yeah. Just do the same thing, but no stick. And then we'll go off the grass, same length swing.
I like this as a progression. So I'll put this on the side of the screen, how we're sort of progressing this, so everybody can
how we're gonna
use this routine.
That's it. Just to there. Alex, don't go any further. Just keep it there. There you go. Lovely golf shot, that. And there it is again, look.
Madness. I can't describe how it sort of feels. It feels like I'm just...
Soft, isn't it, though? The ball.
Yeah.
I think the truth of the fact is that actually it's probably coming out the middle a bit more often.
Well, 100%. Like if the word, it's funny you use the word soft, because I'm scared of it going fast, hard left. And that feels like there, I can't hit that shot from there.
I don't think you will.
No, I don't feel like I can.
I think if you weren't committed to the good stuff, if you wish, you get in great position here, and then you don't commit, you did it right. You wouldn't hit it left very often.
No, because, I'm a pass a little bit more this way, yeah.
So then that's inferring that you've got to then really be committed, whatever speed it might be.
So this is on the grass now.
Okay, so let's keep the same discipline there. There we go. Okay, didn't quite.
Felt a little harder to do.
Trust it, really.
No, that was a bit of a panic station.
In all fairness, it's a bit difficult off this, isn't it?
Got to do it on the course, Steve, so I've got to be able to do it here.
Yeah. Keep your shaft underneath this one. There we go.
God, it feels so laid off.
Well, I think that might well have been slightly laid off, that one. Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah, I've probably got to feel that,
You've
haven't I?
got it, absolutely. Shot. Didn't quite trust the follow through.
No, that's it.
Yeah, but actually backswing was decent.
Should I do one more and then go a bit longer for
Yep.
two? It'd be interesting to see if I really exaggerate one now. Like,
Go on, then.
should I
Show me what laid off feels like.
Okay.
Super laid off.
Okay.
Right.
That felt ridiculous.
So that is laid off, isn't it?
Yeah. That's my
That's
feel.
sort of John Rahm, as it were. Sort of type thing.
Wow, that looks better, doesn't it?
I'd actually like the club a little bit more laid off than that.
Okay.
Actually, as good as that looks. I mean, for now, I think it would be
I'm
helpful.
quite happy with that.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying,
No.
certainly for your practice time.
Yeah.
And
So,
get yourself in a.
okay.
We don't want to have any to have it distinctive, really.
Okay, so
Certainly in
exaggerate it
practice.
way more.
Because, you know, when you get on that golf course,
Yeah.
there's a bit of the old stuff that might come back a little bit.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. So to get that feeling, I'm feeling from halfway.
It's halfway. That's it. That's the art. That's it. So the old waiter's trade job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like my elbow is more under my hand.
It is. This is more in a line. When you're having a bad day, it's that way.
Yeah.
And look what happens to the hand. It's already closed,
Yeah.
isn't it? That's already that way.
So where's
And
it all?
that's exactly the reason why it can go left and then you go like this.
And then I show the heel, I show the toe. And,
Yeah, and then you push it.
And essentially, because I've played since I was a kid, I get away with probably a lot more.
Great time. You've got a good golf swing.
Yeah.
You have got a good golf swing. There's just that little tiny element that.
With not a lot of confidence right now.
Well, you know, as you start to play more and. Yeah. Go on then. That is laid off,
Right.
obviously, but go on. But don't do it early doors, Alex. Keep it there. We go. That's it. Yeah. Don't mind a little thin one.
Yeah, you said I would hit something.
You will. You'll hit the odd one thin. That's because that came down in a good way here, but you were
Backing up out of it.
Yeah, that's just an old habit.
And that's another thing, like when people in general are trying to improve their swing, like you're going to have bad habits that you had before, which are actually helping you out.
Yeah,
Whereas
they were,
now
yeah.
you're changing where this is. If I do the same thing, I'm going to get a different result.
Correct. That's the chain reaction of all golf swings,
Yeah.
isn't it? You know. How does that right arm feel when you do that?
Tight.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like I'm really from halfway getting.
I think that Xander Schauffele is unbelievably good at doing it.
That felt different. I know it's still a bit steep, but that felt different to me.
Yeah, that was a little bit steep.
Yeah, so you can see the grass going that way on this one. And that's the last shot I hit just there.
Mm.
A little steep again. I'm not trusting it on the ground.
Nope.
That's all that is. Like,
That's all it is. You've got to have some freedom and trust that.
yeah.
You've got to get from here. So it's almost like you've got, let me just grab that from
Yeah.
you a sec. It's almost like you've got a piece of elastic around the club head and you're just stretching it back, stretch. Let it go to that ball.
Okay.
You know, it's a little bit, because if I go from here to here, look, that's on
Yeah.
the inside, isn't it?
Yeah.
If I go back, or, you know, the club's over here now.
Yeah. So yeah, a few of the 5 to wrap up this lesson.
Yep.
And I've got some homework to do, guys. Backswing work needed down the range.
And then enjoy the process, you know, let's be free, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
no divot there.
No divot, clean as a whistle.
That rehearsal actually really, like, on the way down felt so much better. Having, do you know what you're saying about the elastic? I felt like I was going
Yeah.
there and then adding this in rather than, because I've been so backswing orientated, I haven't really been
Yeah.
putting the
Releasing
pieces
club.
together. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there I was like, that felt unreal. That. Ooh,
Shot. Yeah.
hello.
Sweet. Yeah, wasn't it?
That was really nice.
Yeah, and there it is, shallow as. Brilliant.
Awesome, Steve. Well, thank you so much for that.
It's a pleasure.
That feels different gravy. I mean, I know I've got work to do on it, but I
Yeah.
feel like I've got a direction that I've not had in the last 12 years.
And the other things that come from that are, you know, the timing of the downswing, the follow,
Yeah.
you know, all the things that we really need to have an impact and, you know, but work on that.
So in terms of like a routine, you'd say start off with just some practice drills,
Yeah.
using the alignment stick in the
Yeah.
end of the club,
Yeah,
and then build into
a
hitting
tee
on a
peg.
T-peg,
fine.
then build into half shots off a T-peg on a nice fluffy
On
lie,
a good lie, yeah.
and then
go for it and see what it gives you, and then go through the process again.
and in terms of ball
Build.
flight, I should see less divots, obviously hard to do at range, but
Yeah.
I should feel less mat
Yeah, less map.
and a ball that maybe starts a little right of target
Yeah.
and comes off
Yeah.
target.
And you could look at the cut on the bottom of the club, you know, when you do fitting
Oh,
and such.
yes.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
And when they come off, and you very often see them this way,
Yeah,
like I'm trying to do with the mud bit there.
yeah,
That's across it, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I should start to see a
So
different pattern.
you'd see the, you know, the plastic of the mat
Right.
in a straight.
Awesome. Steve, thanks so much.
Pleasure.
Really appreciate
Great.
that.
Yeah, lovely. Well done.
Guys,
Well
thanks so much for watching. And as we said at the start of the video, don't forget to check out Steve's YouTube channel too. Well, there's only one reason we came here, one of the best coaches in the area, and I feel a lot better about my game.